I'm giving away $1,000 to one lucky winner. If you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Oh, my life.
Yo, we're back. Season 2.
So this week our main focus was preparing for the Palm Beach Antique Watch and Jewelry Show in New York City. What I want to do is I want to do what Nico did for the show in London. He put these big hang tags on there that had like all the information and what the retail pricing is, so that when because it's going to be a retail facing show, I don't want to scramble with a price list and come up with a price every time like I do at the trade shows.
Exactly. I really like those tags. Yeah, how it said like Pride and Penny on the back, and then on the
right,
front
but
had the
well,
sticker.
how fast can we order those? I don't think we're going to get them.
Those are high quality.
Actual tags.
Like his tags are this big and
they
have their logos on stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, look, we're not usually accustomed to doing these retail shows, but that's a good way to do it because right off the bat you can have whatever information you need on that watch. How about that party this weekend, by the way?
So although me and Jess have been married for over a year, we finally had our wedding, which was 2 years in the making.
You think Adrian's gonna make it in today?
No.
It was a crazy celebration. It was 2 days long, and it took me about 2 days to recover.
That place was ridiculous, by the way.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Oh, that sums it up.
That sums it up.
What is
That.
Are we
Cameron, what do you got for magic tricks curing hangovers?
There's bread and black coffee.
No, I'm thinking like an actual magic. Bread and black coffee is great. No, I'm thinking like snap your fingers, magic wand, something.
I got none of that.
Lovely surprise at the office today. We had a new intern show up, a temporary one for a few hours. You ready to go to work?
Sure.
You didn't think this was going to be a social visit, right? My daughter Gia had a day off, and she said, "Dad, I would love to go to work with you." So I sent my driver over, picked her up, brought her to the office, and put her right to work. So I got you a little intern. The goal is for her to sell 3 watches today, and if she does, she'll get a pair of earrings.
Which ones?
Whichever one she wants.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm prepared.
As of today, Alex is no longer the youngest salesperson in Luxury Bazaar. We'll have Gia, who's 13. And she's going to kick all of your asses.
Yep.
Hi, chop chop, get to work.
Okay, Gia, the most important thing to know, but in the office, is where
the snacks are.
the snacks are. Привет!
Yo!
Oh, Cameron, you didn't know about that?
You didn't know about this? This is the hot spot.
The bubliki,
Bubliki. Oh, these are the
Prince
best.
Polo. I try to stay away from this door.
It's delicious.
I was never here.
Gia, don't tell your mom you had all those cookies, please.
Okay, so I have a customer. He wants to see a specific watch, the condition of it. So we're gonna grab it and we're gonna call him FaceTime.
Got it.
Good morning, again. Can we get in the safe, please? Okay, so we are going to grab this Royal Oak skeleton in stainless steel.
It's cool, I guess.
Another one. It's cool, I guess.
If we can please, Regina, get the box and papers for it.
Dude, is there still a packing peanut machine?
Gia, we're not packing today. You're not Ilya's intern. When Gia was little, she used to come to our old office and swim in the packing peanuts.
Can I do like a scan of my face?
Your mom is gonna kill me. Your face broke the copy machine.
Let's see it.
Da, you got it? Perfect.
That's so scary.
You gotta get that dude.
That looks haunted.
And then she found some props. We're gonna call
The customer.
the customer.
And
Take your face away from here. Where's the watch? Hello.
It's like a.
Oh, it's right here. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
You have a second?
Yes.
Okay, so the case is super clean. Has the card, everything, box.
Is it 2018 you said, right?
Yes, it's a 2018. Hold on.
What's the best you guys can do for me?
It's gonna be 180.
What's the best, yeah?
Yes.
Alright. Alright.
Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Should I run? Should I run?
I'm gonna kill you. I don't know how much help my intern was, but the sale still went through. But if you can't beat them, join them.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. Hold on. Good job.
Wait, I have to like sneak up behind him.
All right. So her watches yet?
No, not yet.
What's up? She's trying to prank me, isn't she? I can see it right now. What's going on? This is weird.
But the finger's falling off.
Nick was our next victim. Can you please bring those to Alex?
Oh. He's with a client.
And, well, just put him on this desk. And Gia, can you please give him a hand?
Yeah.
You know I can hear you guys, right? Missed me.
Yeah, you should probably turn their mic off next time.
My way.
I got a little nice orchestral.
Yeah, right. It's a good thing I didn't go number 2. Sometimes I forget to turn my mic off in a bathroom. Happens. I'm getting an uncomfortable feeling.
What's going on?
DMs. I still see unread messages. Are they coming through here and are they not being replied to? I feel like not everything is being taken care
That's
of.
weird. Yeah, no. Wait, 4 days.
Like this guy, right? There was never an answer to him. This is not read. There's a lot.
Something's not updating then, because on our end, on Zendesk, everything's red. It's either closed or submitted solved.
I always prided myself in making sure that anybody that out there is reaching out to me, be it via Instagram, Facebook, email, text, whatever, they get an answer. Sometimes it may not be in a timely fashion due to the volume of stuff received. I'm still not 100% comfortable that everything is actually being responded to. So once in a blue moon, when I go and I actually check the stuff, not through the system, but through the Instagram, I see some unread messages, I get a little anxious. So why was this not responded to? It's under Alex Serrano, and Alex Serrano didn't respond to it. Alex Serrano, that's you. Because Alex responds through his DMs, and Alex doesn't look in Zendesk.
I've been on Zendesk.
Yeah.
But that's from a week ago. A guy asked for a price. This was October 1st.
I've been on Zendesk. I go on Zendesk every morning. That's what.
I understand, but so where is this message if it's assigned to you? So you were assigned this on October 1st, and you never responded. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Go here. It's not solved.
That's what it says. It says solved.
No, it's not solved. Scroll down. Now I'm looking at stuff that's been unread going back like a week. This is not acceptable because if I keep scrolling down, and I've had this concern a couple of times, is like, the idea is the reason we have everybody here is that every single message is responded to. 2 weeks ago, not responded to. Should I keep scrolling? 2 weeks ago. Look at all these. None of this shit was responded to.
I will say not everything can be responded to. A lot of them we do see and we're like, all right, mark is solved. But I would think.
But I
would
literally
close
just
it.
found one that says, what's the price? And it wasn't responded to.
Every message is just trolling us.
Not every message requires a response.
When I get nervous is when I scroll through my shit and I see the ones that are bolded, that means there was no answer. So I still feel warm and fuzzy
Freaking
inside.
wedding.
But it just so happens, it's so odd that the one random message I clicked on said price and nobody responded. Eventually I realized that I overreacted a little bit. A lot of these open messages on Instagram were people responding back saying thank you and response was not needed. So when I saw those as unread on IG, that means they weren't processed through our system, but they didn't have to be. So again, I get this anxiety once in a while. I do like to check in, but this time I think I may have overreacted a little bit. I'll tell you what happens if I find another one that's 5 days old that's unsold when somebody asks for a price? Whose ass is it?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Anybody want to volunteer an ass? Sabina's like,
I mean, this one was my urge. Like that's.
I guess that would be Alex's ass then. All right.
What the f are you doing? Come on, it's f***ing unboxing time.
Eli, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Guys, real quick, not to take up too much of your time, I want to talk to you about a couple of pieces. First and foremost, I want to talk to you about Panerai. That's right, I said Panerai. You don't get to see a lot of those around. You don't see a lot of them on unboxing. Seemingly it fell off, but I don't think it did because we still do get and sell a lot of them. A little while back, I did a video when they first came out with their new models, and I talked about Panerai reinventing themselves. Well, I brought a couple of pieces where I felt they did a really good job doing it. They took the traditional submersible, like this Carbotech here, and they did an absolute killer of a job on the design of this timepiece. The blue-black carbon combination is absolutely insane. It's lightweight. Obviously, you can go diving up to 1,000 meters in this thing. Not that anybody would.
I would.
But nevertheless, they basically reinvented the submersible. Still the same look and feel of the original submersible, which was PM24, if some of you guys remember. And then, of course, they had a lot of reiterations. But I love what they've done with the Carbotechs. I love everything about this watch. The blue-black combo is absolutely striking.
It's not just blue, it's actually cerulean.
The other one that I really, really wanted to show you that I really like was the 36th anniversary America's Cup. The regatta, also Team Luna Rossa, right? Luna Rossa, Hublot did something with Luna Rossa a while back, if you guys remember, but this thing is absolutely insane. What's most striking about this guy is the dial. So this is somewhat Panerai reinventing themselves. They're not exactly reinventing themselves. Again, it's the same old model, same old submersible, but in a different packaging, if you will. But the packaging certainly deserves a lot of attention because at the end of the day, either one of these watches I would gladly wear. I absolutely love every single one of them. Comfortable to wear even though they're humongous. These guys retails just under $20,000 and they trade in the market for around that low to mid-teens, if you will. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the new Offshores. That's right, I brought 2 new Offshores, and the reason I brought 2 is not to show you different ones because I have more of these. I have all the variations they came out with. Supposedly this is the new Navy, and I don't even know what the nickname of this guy is. But the reason I wanted to show you these guys is to tell you a couple of things. Number one, very comfortable to wear. They reworked the case a little bit. It's now a 43 millimeter instead of the 45s they did earlier, or the older 42s. That 43, I think, is a sweet spot. What they did with the lugs is also great, and the reason for that is because the curvature has changed slightly, again, making it more ergonomic. Chelsea, is that the word? Ergonomic, thank you. But the best part about it is that they didn't do the annoying deploying buckle, which I absolutely hated. The tang buckle, I love that it's more comfortable to wear. But the best part about this watch is this. That's right, these straps, the quick interchangeable straps on these watches are absolutely amazing. They're super easy to take off, literally 2 clicks and your straps come off.
Wow.
And the reason I brought 2 is to show you just how quickly and easily you can have your watch go from, not necessarily put this watch on a blue strap for say, but this is how easy these straps are interchangeable. And a big shout out to AP for doing this. Because I've changed so many AP straps in my lifetime. There are 2 screws on either side. You have to put a stand down under the screwdriver. It's like a 2-hand job.
That's what she said.
It's just so easy. It's so cool. Not to mention, I guess last thing I'll mention is that out of the entire new lineup, this is probably the best looking dial. This is probably the best looking color combination, again, in my opinion. Obviously, to each his own. And just as quick, I can put these straps right back on. And that took me literally seconds. Something that used to take me minutes, and you have to be super careful, use the proper screwdrivers, otherwise you end up stripping the screws, etc., etc. But this is just so easy. And I gotta give a shout out to Hublot, right? Hublot were the ones that did this quite a while ago, and these guys are finally catching on. Last but not least, I'm gonna talk to you about Lange once again. After I did the last video, and I told you guys to, put your money into Lange, trust into Lange. This is where, because this brand is sort of going place and it's going up and up and up. And I specifically talked about Zeitworks, and a lot of people ask me, well, which Zeitwork? Is it the regular one? The striking time is a little expensive. Which Zeitwork are we talking about here? And I think the one Zeitwork to pick up would be this particular guy, and this is the Zeitwork date. The only difference between the regular Zeitwork and white gold on this guy is the fact that this has a big date wheel that goes around the entire watch. And the reason I say pick up this specific one is the same reason I always talk about, hey, what do I pick up if I want a collectible, if I want something that maybe that's sleeper, etc., that may be an investment, which I don't consider these things. I always say pick the ones they made least of. And out of all the Zeitworks, if you look out there, you'll see a bunch of Zeitworks in various metals out there available for sale. You'll even see a lot of striking times as well. They were a pretty popular model as well. The least Zeitworks that were made out there, again, based on my knowledge, is the one that has the date wheel, which is the one that I showed you here. So if you are looking at a Zeitwork, I recommend picking up the one with the date wheel. I think aesthetically, it adds to the overall aesthetic look of the watch. So, to quickly reiterate, Panerai, reinventing themselves. Not quite there yet, but certainly on the right track. Kudos to AP for coming out with new color scheme, new ergonomic designs, nicer size, but most of all coming up with the interchangeable strap design. And if you're gonna go out there and look for a Zeitwork, I think the one they made the least of is the one with the date wheel. That is the one to have. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Back to our regular scheduled program.
With Halloween being around the corner, we tried to scare some of the Luxury Bazaar employees when they were coming in the door. And take a look, didn't work so well.
Alex, come here a second.
What's up?
So earlier, the email that Tanya
Oh.
sent about your sale.
Yeah.
So the issue was, I know you had the information in there. The issue was that you had too much information. Basically, you put like the class site sale and live chat. So I just talked to her. She said it could be either one. It has to be like either one. It can't be both.
Oh, so I had too much
So you
information.
had too much information. That sums up our conversation. You have to choose
She can't think.
between the two.
She can't think for herself. To
Listen,
pick
just
to understand that our live chat is on our website.
listen. She doesn't want to understand anything. She just wants to be told. This is, this class or that class. So just give her what she wants, and there's gonna be peace.
And still issues with Tanya. And the kids are trying their best to stay out of her way. Yeah, but still an issue that needs to be dealt with.
Don't reply. Don't
What-
reply. I'll take care of it. Don't reply.
What happened? Tanya email?
Yeah, it's not bad. I will take care of it.
I want to see it.
No, it's
No, I want to see it because I had a conversation about this.
it's
I wanna
not
see-
it's not a bad email. She just asked for something that is in the email.
You replied and said that was in the original email.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have start the morning powwow sales meetings.
Okay.
I'm gonna get Adrian here. Hold on.
Or I could just dial Adrian. Would you like a banana?
Adrian just not picking up his phone.
Because he's not at his office. When is Adrian ever?
He was just there.
Sitting down.
Adrian, is he in there? Oh, he's on the phone. So what I want to do is, I want to start these morning powwows, but I want to have rhyme or reason to them every morning because I don't think there's a need for me to be present there. I mean, I'll be there for the first couple of meetings, but after that, I want to walk away. There has to be bullet points for every meeting, and what I want is from Adrian stuff he's got coming in that he's working on, stuff that needs to be sold, agent inventory, review sales, and what everybody is working on, so that there's no miscommunications.
No, I get it.
I understand what you're saying, but you
You're
don't.
absolutely right.
So I think there's no reason why every morning they shouldn't meet for 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hold on. We just got the deposit for Nick's first RM sale.
Does Nick know?
He does not know.
You want to call him in here?
Nick, can you come here for a second?
Actually, I sold that fucking watch last night.
That wasn't a joke?
That wasn't a joke.
Well, I guess we should stop joking at the sales group on WhatsApp.
Yeah, we should. Nick, I have some good news and I have some bad news.
It's bad news that I'm still hungover from Adrian's wedding.
No.
It's Wednesday.
The good news is that you sold your first Richard meal. Congratulations. We got a deposit this morning. It came in. Yes. The bad news is that I also sold it last night. Which means...
Remember when he said, I sold it yesterday, and I said, I sold it last week? He wasn't
and
joking.
everybody thought it was a joke.
I was joking.
I was not joking. So I didn't realize the watch was on hold. I didn't look at the sales group. You put it on hold first. It's first come, first serve. I sold it to a really good client of ours who's probably going to be a little bit upset, but he's also an understanding guy, so I will call him and I'll explain to him that I apologize, but a wire came in for this watch this morning. Apparently it was already sold, and we'll have to find him another one. So congratulations. You sold your first Richard. He actually told me a few days ago, he's like, I don't give a shit. This month I'm selling a Richard meal. So we're not going to do the whole cut the tie thing like we did with Alex.
No.
I think that's old, but good. We're about to have a sales meeting, so go back. Congratulations, and let's go. Adrian, ready? Put your phone down for a second. Here's what we're here to talk about. So we discussed previously something that Adrian's been wanting for a long, long time.
So something that we're here to talk about, or something that you're here to talk about?
A morning sales powwow.
How many years, Roman?
A few. A morning sale. This is before your time. Now that you're all here, we can actually have them.
Before everybody's time. So to give you a little backstory, before we had Alex and Nick here, it was just me, Anna, Roman, and another guy. And we used to, basically, the way the sales used to be was the Wild West. Things used to come in, we would buy, sell, trade. There was a lot of wholesale, a lot of volume of things going on. But now that we're very retail centered, We have a sales group. Things are a lot more organized. So what I wanted to do before was just like a good team does. They huddle before every day. I had this idea years ago that we should all get together and kind of strategize, because I think communication is key within a company's success.
With that said, what is a morning powwow? Now, this is something that I've already discussed with Dennis, right? Dennis is here to organize things, to take care of any any customer service issue, anything and everything that comes your way that will take away from your sales so you guys can concentrate on selling. Now, there's going to be certain bullet points that I'm going to have Dennis come up with going forward. This is a daily meeting. It should take place at 10 a.m. What is that meeting going to accomplish first and foremost? It's going to accomplish complete and utter communications. Side note, shout out to Nick, he sold his first Richard Mille. Woo! Bad news is that I sold that same Richard Mille last night. I didn't know that he had it on hold and he was.
Let's get the remainder of the wire first, and then we can.
Well, he got 50 grand this morning for it, so I'm assuming he's going to get the rest of it. So with that said, the problem is, I sold that same Richard Mille last night while doing what I was doing at home without even realizing that Nick was actually working on it. Even though he put it on hold in the sales chat, I did not see it. Right? There's a lot of moving parts in sales. First and foremost, communication is key regardless of what you're doing. Now, you guys all know when you're working on something, you put it on hold in a sales group. Everybody knows that you cannot work on that watch until somebody actually lets it off hold, right, or sells it. That's the easy part, right? We're going to continue doing that. The harder part is that somebody calls in and says, I want a XYZ watch, Cartier. You went, you look for the watch, you quote the guy a price, the guy doesn't come through, doesn't buy the watch, right? It happens 9 out of 10 times. Not every phone call is a sale, right? We try to sell as much as we can, but sometimes we don't. How many times have we sold a watch, went out and sourced it, and it comes in the next day because Adrian already bought 2 of them? That's another thing. Communication from Adrian to you guys saying, this is what I'm working on, this is what I got coming down. This is what I got definitely coming down the pike, and this is what I'm actually working on. So before going out there and sourcing something we may not have, you should definitely maybe check with your head buyer to see what he buys, because the guy buys 20, 30 watches a day. Then you have Anna, who knows everything about it. How many times a day do you walk into Anna's office and say, oh, do you know of any of these? She's like, yeah, this one has it. Yeah, that one has it. She monitors the chats. She knows what's out there, and she looks for stuff on a daily basis. Another big deal, and I hope you're making bullet points, Dennis, because you're going to be running these meetings. Dennis is going to come forth with customer service issues that are related to everybody here, saying, look, I'm talking to one of your clients. He is looking for something to do with his watch, be it an appraisal, be it a tracking number, whatever it might be. If there's any issues that Dennis needs to put forth to you where it requires your help, he can relate them right there and then, where you guys can quickly give him an answer. The next salesperson I hire here, I want him to come in here and say, look, I have so much overflow that my salespeople are physically not able to handle it. And right now, that's not happening. I think over the next week, we have Thursday and Friday left. I think over this Thursday and Friday, and over the next 3-4 days, I think he'll perfect that 15-minute meeting until we actually start. We're going to get use out of it, and that's really it. Any questions? Don't nobody speak at once. All right. Well, tomorrow is your first meeting at 10 a.m. Of course, post a mock-up morning sales meeting, I decided to call another immediate meeting, but this time to talk a little bit more about the show. You on the phone still, Alex?
I am not.
Nick, come here for a sec. Adrian. Good looking out on the chips. Anna! It's a retail show. Obviously, we are there to sell watches, and people are going to be there to buy watches. Adam is going to be with us, so people are going to be bringing vintage watches to get him appraised. Pay attention. You guys don't know shit about vintage. It's just a completely different world. There's going to be people looking for stuff we don't physically have there. Take that as an inquiry and say, listen, I'll be back with you. Also, the show itself, right? Basic rules. You have to be careful, safety-wise, right? People do go into these shows with the purpose of stealing stuff. It's one watch at a time, as usual. Take a watch, you take it back. There's about 120 watches coming back right now that were out on memo. I have Natalie working really hard with all our repair centers to ensure that we have $1 million in inventory, being serviced, polished, whatever it might be. She spoke to him last week. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to follow up with her now. We have the dimensions of the showcase. I'm going to give those to Natalie. We're going to figure out exactly how many boxes are going to fit into each showcase. I'm not a fan of taking those plastic boxes with me either, so I'm going to figure out a way to lay those things.
Rolex pouches we're doing? Huh? Rolex pouches with the cards?
No, we're not. No. We're not. Everything's staying in the boxes the way they are.
Why?
Because it looks a lot better in our boxes. That's why I ordered those pretty boxes to begin with.
I fully disagree with you at the trade shows.
But this is a retail show. This is not a wholesale.
Doesn't matter. What's the difference? Just like every Rolex dealer's been doing for the past 30 years at Rolex trade shows.
Well, every show we lose a few cards.
Why would we lose a few cards if they're in the pouches?
I'm more of a big fan. I'm more of a fan of putting them in an album.
Why?
Then we'll get lost.
Why? So we have to go through it? It's the same thing
With
as
stock
going through
numbers.
the bin.
What do you mean? You don't have to put them in order with stock numbers. All right, whatever. That's the details. We'll figure that part out. The age-long argument of how to display Rolexes at a trade show. Every dealer at a B2B trade show will put a Rolex in a pouch with a card behind it. At a retail-facing show, I don't want it that way. I don't want it to look like a flea market. Adrian hates that because logistically it becomes a lot harder to go and look for the card of the Rolex watch, etc., etc. But for a retail-facing show, stuff has to be presentable. Adrian, there's not going to be dealers at that show. You know where all the dealers are going to be? The dealers are going to be in Vegas.
Good. I'm going IWJG.
Good luck.
And not for the trade show. I'm going for the Eagles game.
I think we can do a decent amount of business at that show. In the very least, we can pick up new clientele, meet existing clientele, meet fans, greet fans, this, that, and the other.
You just purposely take this off.
Yeah, so I can roll that. You know those watch wrappers? I always like to twirl them around. And case in point, as I'm doing this video, I'm literally doing the same thing. You're gonna take a picture with somebody, tell them, post it, tag me, so I can repost it on my story. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna go downstairs, talk to Natalie real quick. Natalie?
Yep.
Yep. All right, so the show next week. That.
I spoke with all our repairs guys, so
Okay.
they promised me to have this watch.
Okay, I want to identify all the watches that are actually our stock,
Mhm.
right? Because some of these are not our stock. Some of these, like repairs that were sent in.
Yep.
Some of these are sold, like these two doors and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
First of all, there's a Grand Comp.
Mhm.
That's a $750,000
I know.
watch that's sitting at Motion. I want to get it back
We will receive 5 watches from Motion time today.
today.
Yes,
Okay.
Misha will come in.
And then you have a few I see that came back from over there also.
Yeah.
So basically, I want to identify what's outstanding that's ours
Mhm.
that I can take to the show
Mhm.
and sell.
Okay.
When I think about the millions that are sitting there in repair, it pains me to the moon. And it's just, that's the cost of doing business. Because stuff sitting in repair for weeks is in reality costing us money because that's money frozen. That's watches that are not being sold. And that's revenue that's not being turned over. I'm sure you're going to ask me, Ron, why don't you hire a watchmaker? Well, if you guys know of one, do let me know because they are becoming a dying breed and are impossible to find. That's number one. Number two, Rolex cards. Do we want to get the book?
I don't know how it's.
I think it's the easiest way. Just the cards. Now, I need you to find out from Malka when are they picking up for the show.
Okay.
Because that's my cutoff
Okay.
as to when we have to pack. It's New York, so it's not, they can pick up the day before,
Mhm.
but the setup is on the 21st. So that means the latest they'll pick up is on the 20th, most likely on the 19th.
Okay.
How's the Amazon project going?
Amazon project, I stopped for now because we have big Swarovski order.
How many pieces?
2,276 if I'm not making mistake.
Just could have just said about 3,000, but
That's all.
Holy
So from
what
me
is
it's
going on?
repairs, right?
What is this?
Client sent us all Dippin Dots. Like every single person in the office.
Dippin Dots?
Yeah.
This is kind of cold. No. We need a knife, not a hammer. Who wants ice cream?
Everybody wants ice cream. Oh, sorry.
Natalie, don't you want ice cream?
Yes. Ow? Yes, this?
Alex.
Ice cream.
Dipping Dots.
Ice cream.
Chris, thank you so much. We will be dipping in the dots.
One of my best clients, Liam, is coming to check out a very special watch that recently came in. It is a very special watch. It's very rare. You don't see many of them come by. They were limited to 300 pieces. So once Ian's done playing with his lights, it's like a rave. Alright, give me the watch. Alright, so brought some jewelry and then a few other cool watches that you could just look at. Let me let you do the honors. If you would like. Very special watch. Super lightweight, but it's also platinum, so it's like if you want to try it on. Right.
But the dial on it's crazy.
Yeah, the dial's very distinctive.
Yeah.
And especially the face finish how it's done in platinum.
Yeah, the platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you can compare all three.
There you go.
Liam ended up loving the watch. I actually showed him and his girlfriend some other pieces as well, such as jewelry and more watches. Ultimately, he ended up going with the 26331 IP, which is a fantastic watch. Like I said, there's only 300 made, very limited and very rare.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Seriously. Thank you for coming.
Sure.
Congrats, Liam. I hope you enjoy the watch.
Okay, everyone, we're off
to New York.
I'm in New York City for the watch and jewelry show. I'm gonna set the over under
1.2?
1.350.
1.350?
Yeah.
You just messed up my whole display.
Just wait till my comes and then we'll. All right. No, it's my OCD. I can't have them empty. I can't have them empty.
Roman's crying.